Josh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Winning start on your Kazoo World Championship debut. How would you assess your performance up there?
Not great. 93 average is not my game at all, but at the same time, everybody said the pressure was on me, and I said I didn't feel the pressure, but when you go up on stage, I felt the pressure, but I think it could be okay.
The 150 finish in the third set seemed to spark you into life. I think the last two sets are probably as good as we've seen so far, 100 average over those last two sets, so something to build on there.
Well, I didn't know that, but it's something to build on. Exactly. The first set I played okay, second set I didn't play great at all, but whenever we went on the break for that second set and came on, as soon as we stepped on the stage, everything just felt right. Even before I left it in the dart to practice, it just felt right, and I think that was the difference.
You mentioned the pressure and the build-up coming into this. You seem to deal with everything in your stride so far, but has that been a little bit difficult? You know, 6th favourite, for example, in your debut this year.
That's not a bad thing, to be quite honest. And I don't know where I am in the world, and being 6th favourite to win the World Championship, that's a bonus, to be quite honest, in my opinion.
It's been an incredible year for you on debut, record-breaking averages, TV9 data, World Youth Champion. Your confidence must be sky high right now.
Of course it was sky high. I'm not complaining, but I just know I didn't play my game there at all, but that's the monkey off my back, and I'll perform next time.
And Callum Ridds in the second round, the way you've played over the last 12 months, you must be really confident of having a great run here.
Oh, I'm confident to have a good run because, as I said, that's the monkey off my back, so I'll not complain. Thank you very much.
Josh, congratulations. You've taken everything in your stride so far in your career, but just what was it like stood at the top of that walk-on as John McDonald introduced you?
I didn't really hear him, to be very honest. I'll be honest, I didn't hear him say my name whatsoever because the crowd was just going absolutely ballistic in my favour, which I thought was phenomenal, but at the same time, I was a good film.
When did the nerves hit when you got on the stage?
When I couldn't hit a treble 19. To be quite honest, I didn't understand the way my game was going. I know the pressure was supposedly on me because everybody's watching me, but I was shocked I couldn't hit a treble 19 at all, and it was really starting to frustrate me.
Have you taken it all in, what you've done this year so far on your debut year? World Youth Champion here at Alexandra Palace, riding this crest of a wave?
To be quite honest, no. I haven't even looked at what I've done this year. I think when it comes to January, if I win the World's bonus, but I think after January, I think I'll probably sit down and look and Josh, you've done a good year.
Now that you've been here, so many players say it takes them aback. Do you still believe you can go on and win the Kazoo World Championship?
I don't believe now. Of course, that's the monkey off my back. It's hard to win your first game when you've never played on that stage before. It doesn't matter if you have practice darts behind the scenes or whatnot, but whenever there's a full crowd, and it doesn't matter who you're playing, you need to play your game. Thank you very much.
Josh, how do you go about blocking out all the talk and expectation that's being put on your shoulders such a short space of time?
I just don't really look at it, to be quite honest, because if I start thinking about it and listening to other people, it'll affect my game. So I don't actually listen to anybody or anything says.
It is amazing here, it's not over yet. Do you assess your chances of going through this competition and really emulating World Cups winning it?
I'm confident now because that's the monkey off my back, so whatever happens, happens. But I know for next time there'll be a different Josh Rock on that stage because there's no pressure on me anymore.
I think having that first game behind you as well could benefit you going into the second round.
Yeah, exactly, because there's a lot of people who came here and it's took them years to win their first game. I came here my first year, that was my goal, win my first game. I'll just go on from that. Thank you.
Josh, the fact you've hit a mid-90s average and you're not happy with yourself, does that show where you are?
Yeah, I think it does, to be quite honest, because I know what I can do. I think a 93 average is a ball, to be quite honest, because I know what I can do. I should be doing it all the time, but at the same time, when the pressure's on you, it's very hard to do it.
Callum was a quarter-finalist here last year, but you're going to be going in there as favourite. Does that reflect the year he's had and the year you've had?
Callum, I'm very good friends with Callum. Callum's had a really dip year, but there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with Callum, and I respect him how he's been dealing with it, but at the same time, he's a player, I'm a player, and I'm going to try and do my job, and he'll try and do his job, so whoever the better player is the better player who's going to win.
You saw the person that looks at the draw, have you sort of plotted your route through the field?
No, I looked at the first round and I was looking to see obviously who, if I'd won, who would play in the second round, and I was happy enough with the draw, but you don't know what's going to happen, so we'll see what happens.
Cheers, Josh.
Thank you.
Josh, what did that game specifically teach you about your game?
No temper, because I was very frustrated, because I knew I wasn't playing the game I know I can play. So I learned from that, control your emotions. At the same time, there was pressure on me because everybody's expecting me to get far, and as people say, I'm sick favourite to win. I don't look at it that way, but from the year I've had, people expect me to do well, and I think I put the pressure on myself stupidly, but I coped with it okay, and I got the job done.
And when you have an amazing year like you've had, do you look at your game and still see those areas for improvement?
There's a lot of improvement, to be quite honest, with my game. I know there is, but to be quite honest, I think that's the first time I showed frustration on stage, because I knew what I can do, but I was putting too much pressure on myself, because I know my ability and what I can produce. So that was a learning curve, as I said, to control my emotions, and I learned very highly of that game.
As you set new records and as you win more tournaments, how have your goals adapted going forward?
To be quite honest, I didn't have really many goals this year. The only goal I had was to get here, and that was the only goal I had in my mind, was to try my best to get here. I've done that, I won my first game, so I've achieved what I wanted to achieve this year alone.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you very much.